Hello and welcome to another battle report. This is a 1850 point tournament battle report from a couple of weeks ago. So still my Eldar war host, featuring a Wraith Knight, Guardian host, and an aspect formation, and then a CAD with a Spirit Seer and 2 units of jet bikes and a Wraith Knight, and that was due to the list building restrictions of the tournament. My opponent, who I actually played in the last tournament as well, so this is my second tournament battle report against him, he made a couple of changes from the last time we played. Last time he brought 2 close combat Death Stars, now he only has 1. I don't remember the particulars. They've got the 3+ invulnerable guys in there, and he's got the teleporty thing again, and a couple of other little tricks. He also has a unit of 6 Wraiths, a lot of warriors, and he's got the, I think it was the Immortals with the heavy weapons there by that objective marker. He also has some 2 units of Destroyers. I think that'll be Deep Striking, and a unit of Tomb Blades somewhere. For my deployment, because it's Necrons, and they can't move really far and shoot very far, I put almost everything on the board. I did get the Infiltrate rule, and I used it to outflank my 1 unit of Guardians. Everything else ended up being on the board, I believe. Except Warp Spiders and Swooping Ox, because they should Deep Strike. At any rate, the mission's weird. I had to assassinate 3 particular targets. He chose his close combat unit and his Tomb Blades, and he chose to try to control the Relic, which scatters and blows up. So it's weird. So turn 1, he gets turn 1, and he elects to use his teleport move immediately to get as close as possible to my cannons there, and he's going to try and multi-assault this time. He also pushes his Wraiths up. Unfortunately, the Relic scattered away from him, so he couldn't pick it up on turn 1. So it's the bottom of turn 1. I learned my lesson months ago not to use the Infiltrate rule to put my Wraith Knights in different positions, because you absolutely cannot assault on game turn 1 if you infiltrate or if you make scout moves. It doesn't matter if you're on the top or the bottom of the turn. So I assaulted the unit, did a tremendous amount of damage. They held, though, which was good for them. And then in my other shooting, I managed to clip off 2 of the Wraiths, and I think I killed 1 of the warriors at the bottom there, and that was it. This is the top of turn 2. His warriors came in, did some damage. He got his Wraiths into close combat, and he did make a multi-assault with them to keep that other Wraith Knight locked up as well. We talked after the game, and my thinking was that he would have been better off waiting at least a turn, and maybe even 2 turns with that Deep Strike move until the Wraiths had moved up a bit more and were in a better position. And then, because my Wraith Knights have no distance weapons at all, I would have needed to move up the board towards him, then basically he might have been able to jump past me and be in my backfield. As it was, I won the combat. You'll see 1 single model with like a wound left, falling back over there on the left. He lost combat, failed his morale check, and ran, but I ended up staying locked in because of the Wraiths. And there you see the Destroyers, and there's not much else going on the board anywhere else. So here we are at the bottom of turn 2. You can see the Guardians outflanked. They managed to take the last wound off of the guy that was falling back there. In the close combat, my Red Wraith Knight killed the Wraith that was on him, and a 3-inch consolidation wouldn't get him back into combat. I don't think he has to get back into it anyway, so he's out, he's free. And shooting from every other unit in the world, at the Destroyers, I make him drop the Relic again, which is right behind that tree in the middle of the picture there. And that's it. Like I killed 1 or 2 from each of the units of the Destroyers, and nothing else. So here we are at the top of turn 3. He picks the Relic back up again with that Destroyer guy who's got the big cannon. Shoots some of my units, and I managed to make morale checks where I need them, and there isn't too much else to talk about, except I finally killed the remaining Wraiths, so both my Wraith Knights are free to do whatever it is that they want to do in the future. You can see the tomb blades in the upper left in just a second here. Those are my last target remaining for me to accomplish my primary mission, and I thought he was going to move them way back, but he actually left them within range of my attacks and possibly an assault from a Wraith Knight. This is the bottom of turn 3. It actually ended up being the last turn of the game. We didn't have enough time remaining to start turn 4 and get through it. I made him drop the Relic again. The Warp Spiders at the bottom there assaulted his destroyers, mostly just to try and keep him locked up. And then Warp Spiders moved forward, and they, along with the Guardians, managed to kill the Tomb Blades, which was really unfortunate for him because he failed so many saves right there for them. But I did have the Wraith Knight there to try to make an assault if need be. So I end up taking the primary secondaries and go on to win the game.